the win home for the team this evening. Just describe that innings firstly. You know, the atmosphere, playing in front of the band, and obviously scoring your maiden ODI century. That must be pretty special.
Yeah, I think I'll start with the band. Like you said, they kind of provide the atmosphere. They were going the whole day. And they obviously the crowd kind of picks up when you on 49 and 98 there. It was quite a special feeling, people singing and screaming your name and stuff like that. Obviously I'm not really used to it, so it was quite cool. And to be fair, they supported us throughout the day, really. And I think it's a perfect place to come when you need to bounce back and you want to feel like you're at home, I reckon.
Yeah, just take us through that bowling innings. We obviously held things together quite nicely. Talk about conditions firstly, and you know what it was that we tried to do to restrict the Indians to the score that we did.
Yeah, I think Sai batted quite well. Nandre and BZ were quite good with the new ball. And I think what was crucial was that we were able to strike in the middle. And I think when you have Kesh and Aiden as your spinners, you know you give yourself the best opportunity to squeeze. Even though there was a bit of a partnership in the middle, the run rate never went over 5. So we were able to keep them in our grass or whatever. So when we did strike, and it went bang bang, kind of went like that. So I think everything Aiden and the bowlers kind of did today worked out, and the plans that they came up with were really good.
Give us your understanding of the role of an opening batsman, and then also the importance of today's opening partnership, which I believe was a record.
Yeah, I think Riza and I complemented each other quite nicely. Obviously, he's a senior in the team and someone I look up to, so he was speaking to me quite a bit on the field just about plans and what the guys were doing and what he felt would be the best way to kind of counter that and keeping things simple. And I think when the ball's moving around like it was, it's important that one of us at least tries to stay in, and luckily we were both able to do that, just to make sure that we look after the guys coming in and making it easier for them. So like someone like Rassi can come in and play his game. So I'm glad we were able to do that.
And we obviously move on to Paul now. You are from the Western Cape, Western Province, so you are kind of familiar with the Golden Park conditions. Could you tell us what kind of wicket you'll be expecting, and do you feel that there could be any changes to this team this season?
I'm not too sure about the changes. That's above my pay grade, but I think the conditions we'll kind of see when we get there, and we'll pick the team accordingly. Luckily, we have a pretty experienced group and guys that are able to adapt. So whatever's thrown at us, I'm pretty sure our guys will be able to counter it.
Great, thanks, Emil. We'll look to go online, starting with Nathan and Firdous.
Thank you very much, UTC. Congratulations, Chef. Tony, can you just walk us through the celebration? I've seen you also celebrate the mountain like that down in Cape Town with the Western Province. Was Chef recruited?
Yes, and it's more for a friend of mine that had to stop playing cricket back in the day when I was at Tux, and his name is Roger. He's alive as well, so I don't want people to think he's not with us. And he used to just call me the source, so he asked me long ago, but that's why, like you said, I've done it at Province a few times, so it's kind of for him as like a thing because he can't play anymore, and I suppose some people also say it as the guy's cooking, but I'll let the guys run with that as well.
Thanks, Nathan. Firdous.
Hi, Tony, and well done.
Thanks.
Well, great to know. I mean, it's good to do and make such an impression to that format, and now you're coming here and you've done it so well as well. What are the conversations like around your role and where the administration was, and how does it kind of see you fitting in, and especially as an opener in the London format? Has there been any kind of longer term talk?
No, the talk is more just obviously trying to do what I do in the team. Coach and JP have encouraged me to be myself, and having the platform or base to do that, and as an opener, trusting my skill set. And then obviously Rob's gratefully, he's given me 2 opportunities against India, and then it's up to me just to kind of take it. I think there's no need to have too many conversations about the future, just kind of go with it, and then it's on me to take the opportunity.
Thanks, Firdous. Talcott, then Zahir.
Absolutely. Wonderfully well played, Tony.
Thank you.
I just wondered, we've seen 2 pretty one-sided games, I suppose, in Johannesburg, and you were well on top here, you guys were well on top. Why do you think that is? The stress of a few days and pretty much the same team.
think firstly, we are a really good team. Obviously, I'm new in here, so I think good teams can have one or two bad performances. I think that's part of the game. But in saying that, our team is quite resilient. Even just watching from the outside, the conversations are always positive, and I think the guys were confident that we'd be able to, get back in our stride. I can't give you a reason as to why there can be such polarizing performances from both teams. But I think it also shows you that the teams are both high-quality teams as well.
Thanks, Telford. Zakia, then Nathan, and then we'll take any last follow-up questions.
Congratulations, gentlemen, on Saturday. We've seen you guys really take a positive attitude, really taking the attack to the bowlers. Is that something that you've come here with because you saw you counter-attack the Wanderers and again today you being a tough team, but still you're positive? Is that something that you very much want to bring to the national fold, playing that attacking brand?
I try my best to. I think that's what Rob has also asked of me. I'm still learning in doing that. Like you said, with the Wanderers, there's obviously things I can get better at to try extend that attacking form or whatever you want to call it. Yes, obviously I'd like to play that brand, but you've got to have the conditions and to suit it and be able to adapt, because on some days you won't be able to just whack it from ball one. So yeah, I'll always try my best to be positive. That's what's been asked of me, and that's our mantra as a team, to always try our best to find the positive option, as they call it in our batters chat. So today it worked for me, but I'm sure on another day it could be any one of our guys.
Thanks, Zakia. We're going to go to Nathan for those, and then Chad.
May I ask two questions or just skip to one, Lucy?
You can keep it to one, just because there are a couple of games after you, so just one, please.
Sure. Tony, a very short turnaround for you guys is decided for probably looking to implement for you guys get today on Thursday. And how much prep do you guys actually put in with such a short turnaround?
I think with the short turnaround, there's not a whole lot. I think the guys that maybe haven't played today or played a couple of games before, whatever, will try to come to the ground early and that kind of stuff. But most of the prep is basically around analysis work with Matty, who's really good at what he does and finding out information on the different grounds, and then giving guys enough time to kind of absorb that stuff.
Thanks, Nathan. For those.
Tony, can you just talk a little bit about the pacing of this series? I mean, we saw what the Wanderers in their series are already through their lines, and it can be quite challenging. How did you feel that you could pace yourself against them today, slightly different conditions?
Yeah, like you said, they're quite a skillful attack. I think once the ball starts to swing, I think it really suits them and their skill set. Particularly, Arshdeep is really good when the ball's swinging, and he bowled well today again. So I think, it's just important to find your options on the wicket. Some reason I'll do it differently, as I'm sure people saw, and you just got to trust that. And I suppose they are also human, so they will miss, and you've got to back yourself that you'll be able to capitalize on that.
Thanks, Lewis. Chad?
Hi, Tony. Congrats on the maiden time.
Thanks.
Take us through the feeling of getting that milestone. You would have played at St. George's with the province, but just wearing the Protea on your chest, how different does that feel, especially in front of a crowd like you played in front of today? Yeah,
I think I've luckily played at St. George's during that 2020 comp when all the games were here and the band was here and stuff, so there was a little bit of a vibe, the domestic 2020, and then obviously it is a little bit different, like you said, when you're playing for South Africa. They go the whole day and everyone's kind of behind you. It is a different feeling, taking your helmet off, having people sing your name, and you're looking towards the player's box or whatever you call it, and it's for South Africa. Those are maybe things you never thought you would do. So yeah, it's obviously special. I wasn't going to tear up when it was happening, so but I was very excited. There was a full flood of emotions. I thought it might not look good to cry, so I went the other way. So yeah, it was cool.
Thanks. We'll go to Telford, then look to backwards again.
Tony, you said on TV a couple of minutes ago that you're not sure whether your mother would watch it. And I just wanted to find out whether you've heard from her yet, and how are you going to tell her if you haven't heard from her yet?
I haven't heard from her yet because I haven't got my phones yet. So, but I'm assuming by now she would have found out. I mean, if she hasn't, then she's drifting. I'm hoping she's she's with it a little bit.
How did you just, when she calls or whatever she does, what are you going to say to her?
Well, she'll probably be in tears, and then she'll probably talk about the rest of her day and how work was and stuff like that. It'll keep it normal. She's probably my, what do you say, your anchor, to keep you grounded. So she won't let me get ahead of myself, which I'm grateful for. But yeah, I'll just speak her through the emotions. I'm sure hopefully she'll be proud, and hopefully the rest of my family and friends are too.
Thanks, Albert. So here, and then one last one from Amir in the room.
Tony, obviously good place with Nanda, you all did well today. But you also got a 1.1 million rand deal with Patron today. So, thanks on you for celebrating the Fanatics now.
So here, can you just repeat that?
I said, Tony, Nandi Berger bowled very well today. But he also got a 1.1 million rand deal with Patron. So, thanks on you to celebrate the time tonight.
Definitely. Nandre, I didn't know that, but yes, he needs to use that money on the team because we helped him get there. So guys took the catches and stuff, so I hope he gives back to the guys. I'm also his roommate when we're on tour, so I'm expecting something from him because I've offered support.
Thanks,
Sweet.
Thanks, Amir. Go ahead, Amir.
Thank you. Just to follow up on the preparation and the short time span between matches, we obviously know how important physical conditioning and physical preparation is, or mental rather, but if you could speak about the importance of the physical side of preparations with games being 1 or 2 days apart.
Yeah, I think obviously it's also, I imagine it's a bit tougher for the bowlers. Obviously they got to get through all their work, and that's where the guys like Sizwe and Rubes come in. Moodle, to kind of get the guys in the ice baths, all that kind of stuff, massages. And I think the guys are really, really well conditioned, and that's why they're able to, perform after 150 over the next day and come back and play at a high intensity, and hopefully we'll be able to do that in Paul as well.
How do you, if you could tell us how you use that time to prepare, what is it that you do in that?
We'll do like pool sessions, ice baths, massages. Obviously you've got to eat and drink the right stuff. And then I think sleep is also important. I'm not a nutritionist though, so I can't give you like a proper set out plan. But there are basics that obviously everyone follows, and it's a high performance environment, and the guys are expected to kind of do that.